UFC 294 is coming up this week, and guys, I am feeling good about some bets this week. I'm feeling real good about it. Today, we have the complete betting guide. We're going to go through some confident picks, underdog opportunities, fights that you should not bet on, my lock of the week, and finally, some potential parlays, guys. And if you'd like to skip to any particular part of the video, timestamps will be there included in the pinned comment or the chapter bar right down below you. We're going to get into the video in just a second. Before we do that, I do want to say hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels, and welcome back to another complete betting guide video. Guys, timestamps are there if you'd like to skip to any part of the video. Let's get into it. Starting off with the confident picks, and guys, I made a whole video diving deep into the full card breakdown and prediction, so I'm going to give, with my confident picks here, very vague idea of why I think they're going to win. And my first confident pick is going to be Victoria Dudikova. Long story short, this girl is better than a lot of fighters at strawweight. This girl actually has technique behind her, unlike fighters like Jinh Yu Frey. She has a ground game. She has hands. She has finishing potential. It's very evident that this girl is better than a lot of fighters in the strawweight division. And on top of that, the UFC knows what they're doing in this matchup. Jinh Yu Frey is not a good fighter, and they want to promote Victoria Dudikova, who they can get the SIMPs over to back her up. So Victoria Dudikova is a confident pick of mine. She actually has skill, unlike so much we've seen from this division. The next confident pick I have for you guys is actually going to be Javid Basharat. Long story short, guys, I am so high on the skill level that these two brothers possess, and I have no reason to believe that Javid won't have any issues with Victor Henry. While Victor Henry is a decent fighter in himself, he's aging, he's 36 years old, and all he really has, in my opinion, to last with Basharat, because I believe Basharat will have both the striking and the ground advantage, Victor Henry might last to decision. So honestly, I might sprinkle a little bit on Javid Basharat by decision. I don't mind that, but I will be picking and betting on Javid Basharat to win this fight. He's looked perfect so far. Both brothers have been nothing but absolutely impressive to me, and he's not taking on a guy where I go, okay, you know what, let's hold up. I don't know if Basharat's going to win this fight. Give me him. I think he's going to win this fight. The next confident pick I have for you guys is going to be Said Nurmagomedov, and he's taking on Muin Gafurov, who is a good fighter in himself, but I believe Said, while these two might clash in the wrestling, sometimes that you've seen when two guys have really good ground games, they cancel each other out and the fight ends up on the feet. I believe that they're pretty competitive when it comes to the ground game, but nothing about Gafurov will scream like, okay, he's going to control Nurmagomedov to me. And so when this fight comes onto the feet, while Gafurov does have a good power behind him, Nurmagomedov is very slick. He can utilize a lot of different tools when it comes to the striking. He's a little rangy. He uses his range very well. I believe that here is a clear path to victory when it comes to the stand-up for Nurmagomedov. That's why I'm picking him over Muin Gafurov. Now, guys, let's talk about some underdog opportunities. It is important to note, while these are opportunities, I'm not necessarily picking these to be the case. I'm not picking, for example, I'm actually picking Magomed Ankalaev to win this fight, but the first underdog opportunity I have for you is Johnny Walker. It's important to note, these are not picks. These are opportunities. It's just, if you want value for your money, I could see these fights actually coming as an upset. So the first underdog is going to be Johnny Walker. At the time of recording this video, Johnny Walker is sitting at, and I cannot find him. Oh, did they suspend it or the line's not out yet? Oh, that's interesting. I don't have any odds on Betway for Johnny Walker right now. My apologies about that, guys. But if you want to go with Tapology ads, you have plus 270 for Johnny Walker here. So the thing is, Johnny Walker has had a little bit of a career resurgence lately. And Johnny Walker is just one of those guys where he has the fight-changing power that you can never count him out. Look at Paul Craig, okay? This guy is dangerous. He carries the power with him like few have. And Magomed Ankalaev, while he's so good at controlling, while he's so good at what he does, he's there to get hit, and I can see Johnny Walker actually knocking him out. The possibility's there, so if you're looking for an underdog opportunity, I don't mind Johnny Walker's chances. Now, guys, the next underdog opportunity I have for you is actually going to be Tim Elliott. He's going to be Tim Elliott. I am not convinced that Mohamed Makhachev is going to win this fight. I don't believe he's some killer coming in here. I'm not convinced of him at all. At the time of recording this video, he is sitting at a plus 450 underdog. Tim Elliott, okay, this fight's going to be a grappling match, okay? Tim Elliott is very slick, he's very underrated, and he knows what he's doing on the ground. He can make the fight very scrappy, he can make the fight very dirty. So Makhachev, if he goes to take him down, Tim Elliott knows what he's doing in there. He has the cardio to back it up, and I don't believe that Mohamed Makhachev has fought somebody on the ground level yet that we have seen from Tim Elliott. I'm actually picking Tim Elliott to win this fight. It's not like a huge confidence level or anything, but I'm picking Tim Elliott to win this fight. And on top of that, Makhachev may be injured. We know he wants in and out of his UFC career. We know he wants to be active, and he's been complaining about injuries. He could be injured coming into this fight. And I believe Tim Elliott has the ground game, the very slick ground game, to actually have an upset here. I like Tim Elliott in this matchup, and I'm picking him to win, actually, as an underdog opportunity that I believe will cash. All right, guys, let's talk about some fights to avoid. In my opinion, you should not be betting on these fights, and I will tell you why. The first one being Bruno Silva versus Sharabutin Magomedov. Now, Magomedov has looked great outside the UFC. He looks like an absolute killer, but he has not fought anybody like Bruno Silva. And Bruno Silva has that Michael Johnson effect. Bruno Silva can win any fight. He can lose any fight. He carries that power. I see a world where Magomedov comes in looking to kill this guy. Bruno Silva, bang, catches him, and then he's out. Bruno Silva is a very, very live underdog here. I don't know what's going to happen in this fight. I'm not convinced that Sharabutin Magomedov isn't this killer that people are making him out to be. So I'm staying away from it. If he beats Bruno Silva, I'll look into him a little bit more, but for now, that is why I'm staying away from it. The next fight that I think you should avoid, guys, is Cedric Dumas taking on Abu Azaitar. Now, the reason why, okay, I talk about this in my full card breakdown. I said after this poor performance of a win that Dumas had that I would never pick him again. Ever pick him again. But the reality is he's taking on a guy in Abu Azaitar who is he's a fighter that's not necessarily too active, okay? He comes in and he's an okay fighter, okay? He's 37 years old, coming off of almost a 3-year layoff, coming off of a KO. I don't like picking a guy like that either way. So Cedric Dumas, I believe, is a crummy fighter. And Abu Azaitar, I'm not overly convinced that at his age and that after the layoff that he's had is going to come back and get a win. That's why. That's honestly the reason why I don't think you should bet on this fight. I don't like either of them in this matchup. And guys, out of everything on the card, I believe this is the fight you should stay away from the most. We have Mohamed Yahya taking on Trevor Peek, okay? Mohamed Yahya, what we know about him is that he has great cardio, and this fight will definitely remain on the feet. I'd be shocked if it went to the ground, okay? This fight's going to remain on the feet, and Trevor Peek is one of those guys that brings you into an absolute war, an insane war, okay? This dude has he's one of those guys that he gasses, but he has the exhaustion and heart to, fight through the exhaustion. Does that make any sense? So this fight could be Yahya dancing around him, using his cardio to outdo Trevor Peek, or Trevor Peek could catch him and drag him into a Trevor Peek war. I don't know how that's going to go. I do think the fight's going to remain standing, and that's why I'm like, I don't know. The odds make sense on this one for Tapology. I have no clue who's going to win this fight. I have no clue how this fight's going to play out. Stay away from it. I really, really highly advise you stay away from this one. Now, guys, the last fight that I think you should be avoiding, and this might be an unpopular opinion, is going to be Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. Should Islam Makhachev win this fight? Yes. Are all the cards in the favor of Islam Makhachev to win this fight? Yes. I said the same crap before Alexander Volkanovski fought him the first time. I said, you're an idiot if you think Alexander Volkanovski is going to win this fight. Islam Makhachev is going to destroy him. Alexander Volkanovski went out there and, in my opinion, won the fight. Alexander Volkanovski is, in my opinion, the greatest fighter to ever do it. He's coming off of hand surgery. He's coming off the couch. 10 days notice. Okay? All the cards are against him. Islam Makhachev should win this fight. But I am done counting out Alexander Volkanovski. He should win, Islam Makhachev. He should win. But Alexander Volkanovski proved me wrong the first time. He could prove me wrong again. I refuse to bet on this fight. I do not believe I'm not confident whatsoever that Islam Makhachev is going to win this fight, just because out of all the times Alexander Volkanovski has risen to the occasion and put a beat down on the other guy. I'm not picking against him. I'm not picking him. I'm staying far away from this fight when it comes to betting. All right, guys, let's talk lock of the week. The lock of the week, guys, is going to be Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev, at the time of recording this video, is sitting at a minus 310 favored and moved up a little bit from Tapology. Now, guys, long story short, Kamaru Usman is it's very evident that he's outside of his prime. He didn't look like the same guy in his last fight against Leon Edwards. He's 36 years old. There's been a lot of talk about his knees being absolutely gone. It is very clear that Kamaru Usman is aging, and while he's coming off the couch to take on a guy as dangerous, as big, as strong as Khamzat Chimaev, as hungry as Khamzat Chimaev, 29 years old, entering his prime, I can't pick Kamaru Usman. I can't. He's coming off the couch into a new weight division while Khamzat Chimaev has been training for Paulo Costa. I think Khamzat Chimaev is going to storm in there and have a typical Khamzat Chimaev performance. I think he's going to take down Kamaru Usman. I think he's going to beat him down to a TKO victory. I got Khamzat Chimaev. He is the fighter on the card, is my lock of the week. He is most likely, out of everybody on the card, to win, in my opinion, is Khamzat Chimaev. Now, guys, before we talk about the potential parlays, I do want to point out, if you guys are interested in seeing my official plays each week, I post them on the community tab for any members of the channel on either Thursday or Friday. All the bets that I will be making, it's very cheap, by the way, compared to what you will get between other packages, and I am a very conservative bettor. I try to be as safe as possible when it comes to betting. So if you are interested, I just want to throw it out there. The membership option on the channel is available every Thursday and Friday. I will be posting my official plays. Thank you so much, guys. Let's talk parlays. All right, guys, let's talk about some potential parlays we got going over here. This is a fun part of the video, honestly. Let's see if we can put together. Let's take a look at like some random stuff. Let's take a look at like all the fighters that I believe are going to win, like a little bit, like even if it's a medium confidence level, just to see what we can put here. Sometimes I like doing this just for fun. You know what I mean? So Victoria Dudikova, although I might get rid of that because you never know with the women's MMA, right? Like Tim Elliott, I believe is going to win. I believe Said Nurmagomedov is going to win. I don't mind Naimov's chances. They're definitely not betting on this one. Javi Basharat, I don't know why that's suspended right now, but even if I want to take like Abu Azaitar, that is 27 times your money. Honestly, that is pretty good for the bets, but let's get some serious right now. If you guys don't know, I'm very, very high on actually betting on over 1.5 rounds for fights. That's how I make the most money. So, for example, I'd take a women's MMA bout like Victoria Dudikova, and I'd parlay her with something that I'm confident in, like Javid Basharat, to win the fight. So it really, really just gets you a little bit extra boost for your money. I love doing that myself. But other than that, guys, I'm actually going to hit the Tim Elliott. At plus 450 right now, I'm going to hit it. Like, it's too good for me not to do. I really, really don't mind that. But other than that, like, I'm staying far from this one, but like I might do Khamzat Chimaev with some other fighters that I'm confident, like Khamzat Chimaev and Said Nurmagomedov. That's double your money, so I really, really don't mind those chances there. Even if you want to go, because Khamzat Chimaev is my lock of the week personally. I believe that of everybody on the fight card, he is most likely to win. So I might do Khamzat Chimaev along with something to go over 1.5 rounds. If you want to like get a little bit more into it, like do Magomed Ankalaev, you could do like another 1.5 rounds. There's a few fighters and my dog's bugging me. Hi, Sonny. Sorry, what are you doing? What are you doing? She wants attention right now. Hi, Sonny. So other than that, honestly, you could just mix and match. I'm feeling really good about a lot of my picks this time around. Like even if I want to go Magomed Ankalaev and Said Nurmagomedov, even like other fighters, like there are some underdog opportunities that I really don't mind here. Like, I should have probably, for underdog opportunities, put Muhammad Naimov there. We could parlay him. Like, even if you want to do Tim Elliott to get 15 times your money, that is absolutely insane there. Like, I don't mind the chances at all. But guys, there's a lot of money to be made this week, honestly. All right, guys, with that last section of the video comes an end to our betting breakdown for today. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being here, guys. If you are new here and you enjoy the content, we have this video out every single week. If you're interested in the full card breakdown video, we have that as well. But on the screen right now, if you'd like to continue watching the Clenbat channel, there's lots of content. We have 2 videos for you to check out. I will see you either there or in the next video, guys. Take care.